So in this video, I'm going to show you how to build a personal brand that is magnetic, that is authentic, that is bold, that is you, and doesn't have to sound fake or cheesy or salesy, just you. And you're doing it from the good of your heart. And in return, you're going to get really, really good, call it karma, but opportunities as well. So let's get started. The reason I like to talk about this is because I've been in your shoes. When I first started, I said, okay, well, it's video and people are going to see it. And look at my title. I need to portray to be this corporate leader and working very eloquent on the words that I'm saying. And you know what didn't help? That I was getting DMs about, hey, did you know that if you work on your English, you will sound so much more professional and really connect much better with your audience? Kind of causing me doubt. And also, the imposter syndrome was at its highest. And then I'm thinking, wait a second, no, I don't need English classes. I don't need enunciation classes. I just need to be me. This is why I'm not connecting, because I'm trying to portray something that I thought people wanted me to be as a corporate leader. And then I decided I'm just going to be me, which at that point also, that was one of my missions, even at work, before cameras, before social media. I just wanted to be my best version. So if I was doing that at corporate, why would I be something different in social media? And this is whenever LinkedIn started. Actually, it was before it started to be more connecting, like the platform that it is right now. Back then, when I first started uploading videos, it was more about you had a LinkedIn account if you wanted a new job. And but I could see that there was a change coming up, and I jumped on that change. And part of it is because I connected, and this is part of what I'm going to be teaching you very soon, is that I connected with a deeper why. I realized that there was no Latina voice there talking about empowerment, talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, just like my friends will say, it's just so fake out there. Like, I know, all you see is, I am so proud about this award. I am so humble about this promotion. I am da 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 da. But nobody was talking about, hey, this is what I learned today. This is what I wish I would have done differently. And I just wanted to be more real, more me, dancing and all. And that's how I started my personal branding. At that point, I was not even thinking about opportunities. I was thinking about, hey, I'm going to be me. I'm going to empower others. I'm going to make a difference in other people's life, even if it's just one person at a time. Time well spent. But what I didn't know is that on the other side, a lot of opportunities came my way. Board opportunities, promotions, job from other companies, even though I was not even looking at that point, speaking opportunities, being highlighted in publications, podcasts, you name it. And anyway, long story short, if you fast forward several years from the moment I started, it allowed me to start the business, the wonderful business that I have right now. So even if you don't want to start a business, but you just want to be intentional, creating a personal brand that attracts opportunities to you in a very authentic and organic way, then this is the video for you. All right, let's get to it. I just said that, but we're going to say it again. Oh, and one more thing. It's a gray line whenever you decide to go for this and you have a corporate job. And I know because I navigated that line for over 6 years. But it is doable. It is doable. As long as you're authentic, as long as you're doing something that there is value alignment, you're not speaking about the company, and as long as you have a really clear, true North Star as of why you are creating this brand, why are you adding the value that you're adding, it is totally doable. And I'm going to teach you how. This is what most people get wrong. When they talk about their personal branding, they think it needs to be perfect, it needs to be visually appealing, and you have to be the right pictures and professional pictures and the right banner and a tagline and all of that in a way that is to impress. You're not there to impress, you're there to add value if you do it in the right way. Remember, people are not there to evaluate your colors. Oh my goodness, look at that magenta that she used. Ooh, that blue, I wouldn't use that. No, people are there to see what are you thinking about? What can you share? What did you learn? What is the topic that, what's the value that you're adding? What's that insight that is going to help me? Honestly, sorry, they're not there for you. They're there for themselves. So think about that before spending too much money. I had one time a client before starting working with me that he spent a ton of money working with somebody that was going to curate the perfect brand for him. And I even told him this looks like a company instead of looking like a personal page. And after you're done with the investment that you made, how are you going to be sustainable? Why don't you do it in a more organic way that is going to have even more impact? You don't have to spend money. Ta-da! You have to do it in an intentional way that is not going to cause stress. It's not going to cause more time. It's going to be, you're capturing the moment, you're capturing the insight, you're capturing the learning, and you're sharing it. That's it. Stress free. 3 steps, super easy. Number one is that you have to define your anchor. Like, what is your anchor? What is going to be when people know about you? They're like, oh, yeah, she loves to talk about authenticity and empowerment. That's probably what they will say about me. But perhaps it's like, oh, he has the best insights about AI. Or, oh, my goodness, she has the best leadership learnings and lessons and insights and viewpoints that I've seen out there. So think about personal brand, about what do people think about you? And honestly, everybody has a personal brand. So if you're gonna have one, you better design it and not leave it up to their to, oh, I hope people think that I'm this or I'm that, because people are not reading people's minds. You need to be very intentional. So think about what's your anchor. What do you want to be known for? Sometimes it's just part of your mission and you are just all on it. And other times you want to be establishing a thought leadership that it can create different opportunities. Perhaps is you want to continue to grow in your career, in your company or outside of your company. So you want to be known for your craft, for your skill, for that thing, that magic that you have, and how you best lead, or what's the value that you add to the company. Sometimes it can be an intentional archetype of themes, but they all connect to each other. So, for example, I'm working with a client and she's all about there's an element of strategic leadership, but there's another element of innovation that she loves. And the third one is this whole thing about health and nutrition. And if you see her resume, it all clicks. But the way she's adding value is through that lens. Part of it is because she said, hey, Jenny, I'm not specifically working for X, but right now I want optionality. And because of that, I want to talk about the things that not only I'm very knowledgeable of, but I want to add value and I want to be known for in the future. So she's been very strategic as of how she's building her LinkedIn. And I know I talk a lot about LinkedIn because I come from the corporate world, but I'm telling you, I do the same thing in Instagram. I do the same thing even in TikTok, in Facebook. I'm just being very intentional when people think of me in whatever platform is always consistent to my personal brand. The key is that you want to be consistent, especially as you're starting, because if you start posting about different things, about something random that happened at work, and then you're sharing some article that, I don't know, you thought it was interesting, and then it was something about leadership, and then you are complaining about something about the government, and then you saw a funny TikTok that you want to share, you're all over the place and you're not going to be remembered. So you want to be consistent in the type of content that you are going to be posting on the value that you're adding. Then number two is own your edge. And I always talk about superpowers, and I have a video that goes in a lot of depth. I even have a tool that can help you identify what your superpowers are. So, what is that thing that you are so good at? That you are so good at that it is your superpower, is your differentiator, it is your competitive advantage, and that's what makes you you. And I was talking to one of my clients the other day because she said, "Well, Jenny, my thing about leadership is a lot of people are really good leaders," and say, "Yeah, but what is your unique viewpoint? What is your unique experience when it comes to leadership?" For her, it was more about this, like when chaos was happening and things were just going and exploding everywhere. She was just this like steady, calm, positive force. And that's one thing that differentiates her from other leaders that get caught in the chaos. So her leadership, my leadership, and somebody else's leadership is very different. So then lead with your authentic angle, your unique viewpoint, your unique experience. Even if you and I share the same craft, the way we implement it, again, our experience, our viewpoint, our angle may be very, very different. So stop comparing yourself with anybody else. Like they say, comparison, that it just steals your joy, unless you use comparison to give you that edge and say, "Oh, that was a good idea. Thank you for inspiring me." That's a good way of using comparison. But if you're using comparison saying, They're further along than me. They are better than me. I wish I was happier. I wish I was funnier. I wish I had that spark. No, just wish to be you. Because the right person is gonna connect with you. The person that may connect with me may not connect with you, and vice versa. That's the beautiful thing about all of us, to lead with our uniqueness. If you really want to be remembered, if you really want to help, you're just being you. For example, you'll see me dancing in LinkedIn and you have no idea how many people will say, "This is not TikTok, stop dancing." Then I don't say it, but I want to, in my mind, I'm thinking, then don't follow me. I am not your kind of posting that you want to see. So be you in an authentic way. Don't try to fit in, because that steals energy. And then you're just going to sound bland like everybody else, even like ChatGPT. And don't get me started with ChatGPT. And I have another video on that one. But honestly, if you use ChatGPT or any kind of other artificial intelligence tool, use it as leverage. But my goodness, make it you. Don't make it sound like something like everybody else can use it and do the same thing, because then it completely takes away your edge, your spark, and your connection. Number three, you have to communicate consistently. That's the thing. You think because you posted something, oh, people saw it, right? You have to be very consistent for any kind of algorithm to recognize that you're engaged in their platform. Otherwise, they're not going to show the material to your followers or your potential followers. So you have to be consistent. Now, I understand when I was still having a corporate job, I want to be posting every day. I didn't have that bandwidth, but I will post at least once a week, and I was committed to my cadence. So whatever cadence you commit to, I will say at least once a week. So it's consistent, then commit to and be consistent. The other reason why consistency is so important is because you want to establish trust with your audience, and not because you posted something once and then 3 months after you came up with something else. You're going to develop that trust. You develop that trust over time with being consistent, with being present, with being there for them. And maybe the first time they'll be like, "Oh my goodness, what is this person doing here?" I'm being completely honest with you. And then the second time they'll be like, "Okay, again." The third time, let me see what this person has to say. The fourth time, interesting. Fifth, oh, that's a good point. Sixth, yeah, I'm a fan. Wait, where is she? Where is he? Where is the post for this week? They become fans if they are the right connection for you. So it just takes time. It takes time for you to form that trust. You cannot just expect that because you posted something back in July, people are going to remember. So be very consistent in how you show up. So those are the three steps. Define what's your anchor, own your edge, and then communicate consistently. When you stop sounding like everybody else, your brand is a reflection of your truth. And that energy, that realness, that's what helps people. That's what helps you connect with people. That's what helps you establish that trust. Without trust, without connection, you cannot help. So something you can do very quick is go back to your recent couple posts and then just watch them again or read them again and think about, does this really sound like me? And no buzzwords, no trending things that are not real you, no filters, just you. Is this something that I will say? And I'm telling you, when you do that audit, you're gonna realize exactly what I'm saying because you're gonna say, "Oh, next time, you know what? I need to put more intentionality and more work after getting something from ChatGPT to make it more real with my examples, with my viewpoint." Or you're saying, "Why did I even sound like that? That's not me. I would never say things like that." Or you can say, "Oh my goodness, why I'm so serious. Look at that. I'm so concentrated." Just be you, be you. Now, don't be so harsh on yourself. We all start there. The cool thing is that at least you're conscious now, and then you're doing the audit just to make it better and better and better. And honestly, this is like another craft that you continue to get better with time. And remember, you don't have to fake it to build it, you just have to own it. Imagine creating a brand that whenever you see all these opportunities coming to you, that they're aligned with your values, that they're aligned with your mission and your vision and the things that you want to create. And you're saying, "How is all of this happening?" It's because you were intentional building it. And that's the power that you can have right now. Why wait? Start now. If you enjoy this video, make sure that you share with your friends and you subscribe, because that way we can get stronger together. And I'm going to be doing all these different angles when it comes to personal branding. So if you have any questions or anything, you say, okay, that's a good point, but how do I do this? Or how do I do that? Please put it in the comments, because that's how I can best help you. Now get to work on your intentional, powerful personal brand. I'll see you on the other side.